So here we are in the refectory at the Virginia Theological Seminary. And I'm with Ken Gay, artist, creator. He went, but you couldn't see him because his face is covered by his mask. He designed and created beautiful white and also green frontal and banner. All the things that go with the frontal for a church as a labor of love. So what I wanted to do, Ken, was ask you a few questions about it and let you tell us in your own words what it was like to make this amazing leap to see something new and creative. So where did you get the idea for the banner first? I think the banner came first, didn't it?
No.
No? What came first?
Okay, first came the altar frontal. I saw a YouTube video that showed a quilting pattern, and I thought, that would really do well for green. So I approached you about making a green altar frontal that would fit the altar. And you said, what we really need first is white.
What we really need first, I hope I didn't say that word so boldly, but okay, what we really need is white, yes.
Yes. So I changed it to make it with white. There are 4 colors of white in these blocks.
Wow.
Every 4-inch block is 2 rectangles of 2 different colors.
Wow.
And that pertains to the blocks in the veil, the frontal, and the altar frontal. Then I had the idea of using multiple colors of batiks to get the gold across and give it some texture. And that's pretty much where the design came from. And then
That sounds like a lot of cloth.
it was a fair amount because I was buying yardage from mail order after the shutdown. And usually the mail order suppliers said you had to order a yard.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So with that, so these were done first. I didn't keep track of how many days.
How many days? But it's days, you notice, not hours. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually work about 2 to 3 hours a day.
2 to 3 hours a day for a couple weeks?
Well, I think on the banner it's like 24 days.
24 days. Wow. 2
Yeah.
to 3 hours. Well, tell us about the banner.
Okay, when I approached you, we were still having the discussions of a banner and nobody could decide.
Nobody could decide, right?
So I said to you, Joe, I could make a banner in white to go with.
And I've been,
whites.
hallelujah!
Because I was impressed with the banner and the altar frontals at the chapel.
In Emmanuel Chapel at the seminary, right?
Yes, last Christmas. I still haven't figured out how to do it. I'm working on it. But I noticed that the banner changed. With the change of the liturgical time. So I thought, well, why not have it?
Why not have a white one that matches?
Yeah. So we were discussing that, and you said, how about a Jerusalem cross?
A Jerusalem cross because of the one you made that was in our narthex of our old building that we still have.
Yes.
And we'll go in the narthex of the new building, and that's this piece, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
With the little cross pieces at the end.
Oh, the cross piece.
That turned out to be, took me a lot of figuring out how to actually do it. But in our discussions, I knew there would be these empty spaces, and I said, how about a couple of just rays?
Raised because of the banner back here. I don't know if you can see it, but the banner we were using temporarily in. I'm going to take this and show folk our temporary banner,
Yes.
the one that we had in use at 8 a.m. at the seminary. Church of the Resurrection with a tomb with rays shooting out from behind a rolled away stone. Although some people looked at that and said, is that an orange Oreo? And so it just goes to show you, we don't all see the same thing.
So the next challenge with the banner was the text.
You hold on a sec. You say the next challenge was the text? I haven't figured out how you did the rays. That must have been difficult to sew.
Well, the rays were, again, I saw some hints on YouTube videos, and they are what's called foundation piecing.
Foundation piecing, like to make it.
You have a piece of fabric that you cover. So I put in one wedge, then you sew down the gold ray and you fold it over, press it, and you do it, then a white one, then a gold one, then a white one.
Got it.
And they're all sewn to this square of fabric, so you don't have all the twisting and turning of the bias seams.
Well, that's really good. And so we have a Jerusalem cross with the rays of the empty tomb coming from behind. So tell us about these letters, because that must have been really, really hard. I don't know if you remember, in our banner, our original banner, it was clearly hand painted on there. I don't know if you noticed this, but let me show you. This was glorious.
Sure.
See if I can get that in there.
And I had never noticed that these were painted on.
They're painted on. Somebody had a really steady hand. Somebody who knew what they were doing, Joe Barrett. The Reverend Joe Barrett these days. It's lovely. Thank you. But that seemed like a lot of hand delivering. So how did you do it, Ken?
Well, I came up with some fonts that were in the public domain.
Yes, come over here.
You and I talked about.
Sit right here.
You and I talked about what font we liked. We both agreed on one, actually.
Oh, wow, that was rare.
Well, not really. And then with experimentation with using the font in Word, converting the document to a PDF,
Right,
and rescaling it
right, to fit.
as a PDF, I got something that was of a sufficient size that
Right.
I felt it would work. And it's printed on photo fabric.
That sounds like a specialty item.
It is. The fabric is backed with paper.
Uh-huh,
You put it through an inkjet printer.
uh-huh.
You let it dry. You peel the paper off. You rinse the fabric in water, not wringing it, just very gently. Lay it out to dry thoroughly. And then the fabric was on the thin side, so I put a fusible interface on the back
Wow, to make it stiffer.
to give it some body. And then pieced, because they were 8.5 by 11, pieced 3 pieces together to get Church of the Resurrection
That's very clever.
length.
Yeah,
And 2 pieces to get the Alexandria, Virginia,
right.
and then gave him extra white at the end.
Which is really cool. And I don't know if you notice how clever this is, folks. So should he have needed to, he could have taken that piece off and tried it again. But I think it came out really nicely.
I do.
Wow.
And then just because I didn't want it to be in a sea of white empty, I put the 3 bars of color,
Yeah, it's very nice.
which are batikes that were used in the cross and the rings.
Wow. So this is the white set,
Yes.
if you will. And I don't know if you can tell the stringing for the ammo is nice. It's a hefty weight, and it has a long piece that allows it to just hang there, which is really nice. No tape required. Which is really nice, because I know the Altar Guild always says every week, I can't wait till we get back to our church and we won't have to use tape. Ha ha. We'll just see. So there you have it. The white creation of King Gay for Church of the Resurrection, and I'm so, so grateful. This is stunning. I wanted you all to be able to see it and know that we're in good hands, at least temporarily. This banner will either grow on us and become one of our banners. I know there'll be at least 1 or 2 others. The one we have this one and perhaps a green one that goes with the green frontal set, because Ken never gave up on the green frontal idea. Tell us about that, Ken.
The green frontal, my concept was to have multiple colors of green.
Mm-hmm.
And I've chosen different levels of color from yellow green, green, and blue green. Your chasuble was actually in the green family.
Right.
So the greens in the green ultra frontal and other pieces contain the range.
So I won't clash with the frontal.
You
What a
won't
good
clash.
idea. Thank you.
No matter what color of green you get,
There you go.
it'll fit. I added about 3 or 4 more greens for the frontal.
Uh-huh.
For the banner. I beg your pardon, for the banner. So the banner will have between 13 and 14 colors of green.
So is it the same design for the new banner?
No.
No. So you had a different idea for the green one. Or is it a secret, or are you sharing?
No. I got a set of quilting templates.
Uh-huh.
They're called the Scrap Crazy 6.
The Scrap Crazy 6.
And pieced together blocks to incorporate the greens.
Wow. I can't wait. That'll be lovely. Now I understand the resurrection. It'll be resurrection on the green one instead of Church of the, and it might even be up and down, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So somewhere along maybe the left side or the right side?
The plan for the green is there will be division about
Uh-huh.
this side will have lighter,
Uh-huh.
an emphasis on lighter. This
Wow.
That's based on the chamfered wall behind the cross in the new church building. That if the sun comes across there, one side could be slightly in shadow and one side be sun. I also discovered that the resurrection cross is not the proportions of the typical Christian cross.
Oh, I see. Our cross is unique in more than just our love in our hearts.
Yes.
So you made it resurrection cross proportions.
The proportions, yes. Al Tiedemann gave me actual measurements.
Wow.
And I proportioned the cross. So the cross will extend from about here to about there
Wow.
in this space.
So it won't be a photographic image of our cross, which would have been really hard given the red dossal behind it in the old church and the fact it's all apart in pieces at the moment.
Right.
But it's a representation of it to scale,
Yep.
and that'll be our cross.
Yep.
Wow.
And then because the cross sits here and it's up here, resurrection will come and feed
Right.
down this way
Yeah.
and just be the singular.
So we'll be under the cross of Jesus. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So did this project excite you, or was it just drudge work?
Oh no, it was fun. There were moments.
There were moments of murmuring in the wilderness, no doubt.
This whole time of lockdown became a very intense lesson to try out things, and in the quilting area.
Right. So this was like your quilting therapy for quarantine.
Yes.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, I made about 12 wall hangings, these pieces, and then the green pieces.
Wow.
The green banner is still a work in progress.
Yeah, and I hope you guys can see the quilting in the front of the white, the subtly different shades of white is just a work of art. So Ken, thank you so much. We're going to have this forum on Sunday, and we'll play parts of this for it, and maybe you can answer questions folk have live. Thank you so much. So here we are again, Ken. This time with your green creations. Tell us about it.
Well, like I mentioned, the greens, I wanted to have various colors of green. We select from yellow green, green, blue green, and then lighter to darker. And I think it kind of gives a fractured look like you might see in a contemporary stained glass.
Like a contemporary stained glass window, right?
I did something a little bit different with the motifs for the cross, actually all three crosses. They are the narrower pieces, and I think it's only 2 colors.
Wow.
But there's about 9 or 10 colors of green.
It's real cool. It's a mosaic. Like you say, it looks like stained glass. Wow. So how long did it take you to do this one? The set.
Well,
3 weeks.
no,
No?
I started this when I was out of town, and the way I constructed this is I made the fabric, the elements, and units for the cross.
I see you made the crosses first.
Yeah, just made out of the fabric that was making the crosses. Then cutting all the colors for the striped raisin blocks. And then arrange those so it's 15 different colors. Every block is 4 different colors.
Every block is 4 different colors.
They kept changing what the colors were, but it was a selection. Which made layout really interesting.
Wow.
And I decided to make the field with the crosses would be orchestrated. And this I kept the log. Excuse me. I kept the log. So I couldn't answer the questions on how many days,
I see, yeah.
hours, but I don't know.
Yeah, you told me to look. I don't blame you. Sounds like a job in and of itself. It's funny. And it's I like it because it features the craft. And the different colors kind of focus your eyes toward it. You can see that this is our original banner. Will there be a green banner that goes with this one like the white said?
Yes.
Yes, tell us about that.
The green banner is going to have the resurrection proportion cross on one side. There will be a lighter side and somewhat darker side reflecting the chapter wall.
Oh, you mean behind the temple wall being where the cross goes? It's
Right.
sort of
There's a
rounded kind of.
there's a slight angle. So if the light is just right, one can be kind of shadow and one can be
Oh, wow. So we'll see that sort of motif in the banner.
That was what the inspiration was. And the background itself is going to be quite different. I'm using a technique called improv cutting and piecing.
Improv.
And
You do it on the fly.
and gentle curves. Yeah, there's no pattern and no rule.
No pattern, no rule. It sounds chaotic.
You cut a nice curve, you cut another curve, and sew it together, working up and widths of the colors vary.
Wow.
So some are about a quarter of an inch, some are maybe a couple of inches.
Well, then you have to decide how they go together.
You lay them out first, and then you start doing the piecing. So that's coming along. I have fabric for the cross sections. I have 2/3 of the panel on the left, which is the wider panel, and the panel for the right is 2/3. So it's coming along, but it is not.
We have a long time before we need greens.
Well, that's true.
There you go. That's delightful. Wow. I just love to see inspiration put into action. Thank you so much, Kate. I can't wait for everybody at Resurrection to see it as well. And feel like it's always all of our existing frontals will still be in use, Mike, as we go through the year. So we'll just see how it all plays out. And then we'll see how the banners play out. I love it that there won't just be one, so we won't get so fixated on it. But if somebody has a brilliant idea for another banner, there's room for them. So there you have it. Thank you, and we'll see you at 4.